and I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. Like, I'm excited about this new era of football. Like, we're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago, and this defense is fun to watch.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
You usually want to start a game when you come into a hostile environment with a great first drive, get some momentum, quiet the crowd. Palmer, the exact opposite on the road, and you make a big mistake early.
Yeah, I love coming into a hostile environment, trying to be aggressive from jump, but that interception was like giving every single fan here in this stadium a triple shot of espresso. They are going crazy right now after getting that interception.
He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Tiger! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's out past the 35. Oh, he's got some space. What a run to get them into enemy territory, and he's out of bounds at the 40. The Commodores come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They'll run the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Defense trying to take it back.
And what a nice play. It's a great option. They run it to perfection. The quarterback keeps the football running down the field, going to make a play. And the defense continues to hustle, continues to fight, forces the fumble. Never give up on a play. That's why you never give up on a play right there.
Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
To the air on second down. Takes a hit as he fires. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Guys, let's talk about Memphis. They had a win on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star linebacker giving a verbal commitment, and getting good talent like that is what a program at this level really needs to succeed.
Yeah, this is the next step for this program.
Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Wants to go up top. Puts it out of the air. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. And the Commodores come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the big fella. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Commodores are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Gives it on the option. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a spot in the middle. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
On the move. Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Quick completion on the out route. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. And the Commodores have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back, almost intercepted.
Well, this defense has been outstanding in coverage early in this game. We're just in the 1st quarter. Of course, they already have an interception. They should have had their 2nd right there.
Leaves it with the running back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
And the 3rd down pass is knocked away by the D. And they decide to trot out the kicker. That is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And that's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Pulls and fires complete. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
They just keep firing. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Memphis will be forced to punt. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll field the punt and take it back. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. They'll start this drive going to the air. They're working that left side.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see.
There he goes. The 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Commodores. Great job by the back on the option.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Secures it at the 30. He's got great speed. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Special teams coming through, the third aspect of the game, delivering big time. The whole thought process is just get the ball back, and what will we do on offense? And the special teams takes care of that.
What a great job by the special teams unit, making a big-time play. Listen, the offense was going to get the ball, Reese. Yeah, I get you, but they got this taken care of. Take the punt return, make a few guys miss, take it all the way to the house. Really good execution in that punt return.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Hold and fired complete. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the big fella. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Memphis picking up the tempo.
And the offense showing off this short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to kick.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. They've switched ends of the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. First down sack pushes it back. Now it's second down. Looking to fire. They're setting up the screen. Turning it on. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen. The Tigers come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He's going to look for a man on third and short. Got it in the middle. It's Charles. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, not down in distance. The quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Wants to throw again. The throw to the outside is complete. Finds a crease at the 20. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. The extra point here would tie the game. When that receiver got 3, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
He'll bring it out. It's Pryor. Makes a move. He's on the loose. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. They go to the ground. Breaks into the open. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Fights off a defender. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Memphis wants to move quickly.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball and they'll go.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last two drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. Setting up 4th down.
And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack. Memphis will be forced to punt.
Number 14, on to punt it away.
Now on the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Out of the gun, the running back has it. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball somewhere.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Takes the easy one to the back. Quick throw, and he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. The Commodores have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. He's got the tight end. There he goes. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Touchdown, Vandy. Excellent pass by the back on the option. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that.
And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt.
Oh, he's got some space. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Fakes to grab. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the fourth quarter, they're going to be gassed.
So first down didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's see what they can dial up on second down.
Reese, I got him right where I want him. Okay, I'm going to throw the football. Now I can get him back in shotgun. Let's forget the running game stuff. We're going to play a little pitch and catch and see how good that secondary is.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy.
Touchdown, Dores! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. The sure hands, it's Charles.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. To the air on first down. Fears the pressure. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
A little screen to the running back. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Unloads to the wideout. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And the Commodores will hustle to the line. Off the play fake. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man down the middle. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Going to try to get it himself. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. They get to him as he throws. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Use the play fake, now to throw. Under fire. Working that left side now. Going airborne.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
Memphis, 14.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, 2 quarters down, and I've got to say, this has been a fun watch so far in Memphis.
And the Commodores will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing.
Turning it on! And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. The RPO, it's complete. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. Makes one man miss. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Good timing on the quick out. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And this one is anything but routine, a 48-yard attempt from the right hash. And this one is perfect. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. The last time they had it, just an aerial assault. Precision execution, moved right down the field and put it in the end zone. Quick toss. Didn't even come close to getting back to the line. He'll lose 8.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see Lyman losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Finds space on the right. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. The Commodores getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Touchdown Vanderbilt! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense picks up right where it left off. Scoring points, creating a big play. First drive of the second half, no problem. Don't worry about halftime adjustments. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Clements. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Runs through the tackle. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this.
Looking for more room. And he's forced out of bounds, close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
Fantastic job there buying time and then using his speed to go get a huge chunk play. And you saw on defense a lot of people in the back end with their heads turned around chasing.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Vandy.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The run to the left. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Memphis will be forced to punt.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but, man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, let's just find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football game.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Now the pitch. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
That's exactly what you want to do against the option. You want that thing to string along out wide so you get more bodies to the football. Nice job playing the first option, the quarterback. They've set the pitch out wide. Guess what? Ready for that, too. They tackle him, and they get him on the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And this is going to be incomplete on third down. And the Commodores line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Gives it on the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Charles. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give out of the gun.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
That's it for the period, and it's Vanderbilt holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack.
Well, the defense is not taking their foot off the gas. They've got a huge lead. We're early in the fourth quarter, and still they're getting pressure on this quarterback, registering a sack.
Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin them deep. The punt is headed out of bounds, and they couldn't be happier about that, given the danger of that return guy. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working.
Breaks into the open. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. A first down for the offense. The option look. Now the toss. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. The Commodores trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Bringing the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Unloads it left. It's complete. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up this scoreboard.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Commodores will line it up on 1st and 10. Now on the option. How about that play behind the line as they lose 5?
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. Oh, he missed it. No good. And they missed a field goal, so something has gone wrong today. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, after that completion on the corner route, it'll be interesting to see if later in the game the offensive coordinator tries to set the defense up by showing them the same pre-snap look, but this time sending the receiver to the middle of the field.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Find my guys quickly, know my matchups, get them the football, and let them do the rest. So many playmakers now in football. I'm trying to get it to him as fast as possible so he can do that right after the catch.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
It's always so hard for offensive coordinators to adjust their game plan. When you lose your starting quarterback, now you got your backup in. A lot of times there's so much cautiousness, and you just don't want to run them that much, or you don't feel comfortable with the whole playbook, and you can see it there, and you can see the cautiousness, the hesitation led to a sack.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and have a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with this target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Rush is on him. Touchdown, Memphis! Fitted in the window for the score.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way that coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
And he makes the extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Baylor is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Robert Griffin III, and they are right back in this. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to USF.
Here's a heat.
We'll circle back if anything big happens in this Big 12 clash of the Titans, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Looking for room at the 25. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Commodores, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. On the option. He'll toss it. Jukes his way for more. Got enough for the first. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. The officials stopped the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. And the Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Working that wide receiver screen.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Commodores are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Quickly complete. He's pushed out of bounds at the 22. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. The quarterback takes a knee. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff...